How's it going, everybody? It's a beautiful day outside. So today I want to talk about how we are a whole, and we all embody a masculine side and a feminine side, and there are divine and shadow counterparts to that, and within those there are also an imbalanced side of each of them. All of these qualities are valuable. They all exist within us. The funny thing is, being a whole being, we always say the light of consciousness. You hear this term thrown around in the spiritual community. As a whole, your shadow can easily be looked at as anything you haven't integrated through your light of consciousness. Anything that is your shadow is not bad. It's unintegrated parts of yourself. And learning through the beauty of life what these qualities are, and learning how to put them into balance and use them in an integrated way can be quite helpful. I'm going to wait on this plane. One thing that I use in my own life is to remind myself that there's not actually anything going wrong in the world, and that everything, is a reflection of you. It's something that gets taught over many different modalities for thousands and thousands of years. And it's something that I choose to run with, and it works for me. And if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. And so through that, it's helped to take anything that's ever going on in life, and it helps put it into a very interesting perspective. You can view anything that you have an opinion about, anything that you want to essentially defend or argue about, as something in you that you, I don't want to always say unhealed, but there's nothing wrong with it. It exists. And if it exists, it would be insanity, as Eckhart Tolle says, to argue against its existence. It doesn't matter what it is. And if, at the minimum, your sole goal is to find peace in your life, a calmness and ease, dropping that anything's going wrong is an incredibly quick way to get there. And it's really simple the whole way. Not easy necessarily, but simple. And in the simplicity of it, you either want to argue that something's wrong about something, or that it could be better, or that it could be different. Or you could side with the peace and the ease of just leaving it to be what it is. People don't complain about flowers that don't look as pretty as other flowers. They're just different. And there's nothing wrong with any of them, whether it be a rose or a dandelion. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. And animals and humans and events, there's nothing wrong with any of it. The funny thing is, anything about any of those subjects that somebody would want to argue about or complain about, that all those things can teach you, even if you don't like it, like you don't prefer it, that moment can still teach you a way to live that's valuable, which makes it valuable. If you don't prefer it, that's fine, but it doesn't make whatever the event was a bad thing. And I've really gotten to a place where there really is no such thing as good and evil, or bad and good. They don't exist. They're illusions. And again, so what's your goal with any of this? If living a happier life, a more peaceful life, a more calm life is your goal, letting go that anything's wrong, yeah, man, it's a fast track. It's pretty incredible. But any of those things that you think are wrong, again, these are all shadow aspects. These are non-integrated parts. Another thing that you'll hear in the spiritual community is that everything that you see is just all God, and in all of it, and all of whether it's God, the universe, whatever your belief system is, all that is, the Most High, whatever term you want to coin it, it's all a playground. It gives you the option to experience things that, it's like maybe getting on a roller coaster you thought you were going to be able to handle, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, whole bunch of nope, I want off this ride. And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make the roller coaster bad, and it doesn't make the people who enjoy the roller coaster bad. It doesn't make the people that enjoy that roller coaster bad at all. And it doesn't make you weak. It's just a point of life, a point of everything that is, a point of the whole game of life that you can be like, yeah, not my thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's nothing wrong with the event either, and there's nothing wrong with the roller coaster either. And one of the beauties of living in this world is getting to discover for yourself, because it really is a very interesting discovery process of the things you may like. And I would even argue that as you change, you might go back and experience something that you see completely differently, or you may now enjoy, and it might be that roller coaster. But again, and people may try to jump in the comments and argue some of the most extreme things, and it's not hard to understand if you take any of the extremes and go, I don't prefer that. Well, there's your answer. There's nothing to argue. And then to sit on some righteous morality that's saying somebody who would enjoy that is evil or wrong, well, congratulations. You've now coined to yourself and everybody else you're superior. What has it achieved? What about people like myself who they don't care whether you are superior or think you're superior? Doesn't matter to me. And if anything, it would be easy to argue that that's coming from a wounded place. So is it what you want to experience? Do you want to always defend that? Do you want to be the crusader who goes after those points? Then go be it. I'm not arguing it. But if you're looking at what the simplicity of the game of life can be, find the things you do enjoy. Put your light of consciousness on the things that you want to experience. And don't judge anybody. I mean, ever, but for anything that they may enjoy. Anyone out here in this world, and they're figuring it out. The first time you cook something, you probably weren't good at it. Maybe they're messing it up. Let them figure it out. It's part of the beauty in the game of life. They're not doing anything wrong. Failure is not doing something wrong. There's always experience. Every single time. So, yeah, so today's talk was mostly about how we're a whole. How there's many different qualities that exist in them. How to consider the idea that you can integrate shadow aspects of yourself you may not want to face, or that anybody's ever wanted to face, and finding that if anything, they can be diluted down to a useful tool that helps you to find a more preferential way to live your life and enjoy your life, making every single thing in this world valuable, no matter how grisly or beautiful, because that's the duality of nature, isn't it? And so if you want to ever experience the beauty of it all, you'd have to realize that it all has value. The good, the bad, if you believe in that. The things you don't prefer, the things you do. They're all winding forks on our path of life, and if it's not for you, let it go. Move on. But if you're looking for peace here, my tip is stop thinking that there's wrong with anything. And if it's more important to you to have that peace, you'll quit arguing. But if that point is more important, you'll argue the point and you'll abandon the peace. So anyway, I hope this helps. I love to talk about these subjects on this channel. Appreciate anybody who watches this channel. Like and subscribe if you like the content. I love you all, no matter where you're at in the journey. Whether you agree with any of it or not, doesn't really matter. It's all conversation. We're all figuring out how to make this thing of life work for any of us. So I love you. I hope you guys all have a great day. See ya.